The campus is the center of the world for most students, so it's wise to make it ours as well. Well, hey, this is Mark.
And this is Kevin.
And this is Go to the Campus with Cru, where we talk about how to reach students for Christ on a high school campus. You know, Kevin, going to the high school campus can be a scary thing for adults. So today we're going to talk a little bit about why it's so important to go there.
Well, I think it's one of the most fundamental things that we can think about, because unless we actually break the plane of the campus, so to speak, we'll never see what God wants to accomplish on that campus.
I agree.
You know, it was interesting. When I first joined staff, my trainer told me a story of how his first day on campus, he boldly strode up there, got permission from the office, went into the cafeteria, felt like his legs were a ton, trudged around that whole cafeteria, and left without talking to a soul. He was petrified. And he said, "Kevin, you're not going to do that your first time." I go, "I hope not either."
That's interesting. I had a similar experience of just going to the campus, but I was so afraid I just kept on going. It's terrifying. It's not you feel like a foreigner there. You don't belong there, so you tend to want to run. But it's a very important place for us to go. We're starting a series today called the Cru Core Concept. We want to talk about the pillars of our high school movement in Cru and what we really stand on, the things that we really hold dear. So we're calling it the Cru Core Concepts, and this is the first one, and it's called When in Doubt, Go to Campus. In fact, the name of this show is based on that, Go to the Campus. When in doubt, go to the campus, because it's so key to what we do as a ministry.
Hey, so here's the first point. It's like Vince Lombardi one morning got up and said, "Gentlemen, this is a football." The first point is it's where students are. About 95% of every student in a given community will be found on a local campus, and typically they're spending an awful lot of time there, Mark.
Yeah, they do everything there. They go to school there, they play sports there, their key friendships are there. Everything happens on that high school campus. The second thing is that the campus is the focal point of your ministry. If you're doing campus-based ministry, you can't just do it from a distance. Whether you can get on the campus officially or not, you need to find ways to do campus ministry right there. Sometimes that means doing it near the campus. Sometimes it's doing it right on the campus. Preferably, it's right on the campus. Sometimes it's, I can't really get on the campus, but I'm going to go to sporting events to get there. But whatever you can do, get on that campus. It's so valuable.
You know, Mark, it's really interesting that if you go to most communities today, isn't it true that the central focus of the community is that high school campus?
Yep.
When you think about a Friday night football game, you think about how the community comes around it. If you keep the high school and the junior high schools as your focus, then you're going to be drawing an awful lot of resources as well from the community to help reach that school for Christ.
Agreed. Yeah, it's just where you got to be. Absolutely.
Hey, our third point is that spiritual movements grow more quickly on a campus. Now think about the relational network that a high school or middle school campus is. It's almost like when gossip happens, it spreads quicker on a high school or middle school campus than anywhere on earth, because it's a highly connected place. Every student has a network of friends, and they have a network of friends, and it just continues to spread. And so if you want a movement, if you want more than just a small group of students, perhaps meeting once a week, but an explosive kind of potential, this is where to go.
Kevin, that is so true. It's like the sophomore who has sophomore friends, but is also a football player, so he has football friends. But he runs track in the spring, so he has these track friends, and he's in multiple other groups. And that one student, it networks through this whole group. And it's like the 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon all over again throughout that school. And before you know it, you're just a few degrees away from every student at that school because those networks are so tightly connected. This actually leads us right into the fourth point, which is that it's a gold mine of relationships. The high school campus is a gold mine of relationships. There are teachers, there are administrators, students, all kinds of people all over the place on that campus. And as you become an insider on that campus, people begin to trust you. You know, I see youth pastors and other campus workers standing at a distance from the campus, just wishing that they could meet more people. And the answer, the solution is, when in doubt, go to the campus. If you're not sure what to do, go to the campus. Find a way to get on that campus, because that is where the action is.
Mark, you got to just put on that hard hat.
You do.
Turn on the light. Go down into the mine, because there's gold there. I love that point.
You cannot do campus ministry effectively from a distance.
And how many times have we used the word relationship? I think almost every time we get on this mic, we're talking about relationships. Yep. It is the coin of good ministry.
Agreed.
Finally, the last point is, there aren't enough adults going to the campus. Yep. Let's face it. I can't think of any high school or middle school campus, probably in America, who could honestly say, we don't need any more adults here. Yep. Chances are they're overwhelmed.
Agreed.
And if students need 5 significant adults in their life, why not have more adults, caring adults, safe adults going to that campus and being a resource to them?
Yeah, I agree. And not only do they need those core adults, but they need other supportive adults around them. I think about when I go to a campus, I want to meet, hundreds or 1,000 students. I want them to know me kind of on site, like they recognize me. And then there's maybe a smaller group of that I've had a conversation with, and a smaller group of that trust me. But I'm never going to get a big group of kids that trust me if I'm not doing broad sowing and being seen. You mentioned that there aren't enough adults on the campus. Well, some campuses won't let Christian groups on the campus. That doesn't mean you can't go to the campus. It might cost some money to get into the football game, but when you're there, be seen. Let kids see you, meet kids, talk to kids, use kids to meet other students. Find ways to serve on the campus, not spiritually, just get on the campus. It's a gold mine.
And Mark, I guarantee it, if you went to any community today and you found youth leaders in that community, one of the number one things they would be talking about is, we need more help.
Yes.
We need more adults. But you know what? It is scary. This thing called teenager turns into another being at that stage of life. And adults know that, and they don't know how to handle it.
Yes.
And so we encourage you to bust through those fears, bust through those perceptions, because on the other side of that are amazing young people who really want adults a part of their lives.
100% agree. And when we say adults, we also mean college students. If you're a college student watching this, I know you're just a few years older than them, but I tell you, you have an amazing audience with teenagers. So go after it. Love students well. Find ways to get on the campus and make a difference. So today we talked about 5 things. We're talking about, when in doubt, go to the campus. And the 5 things we mentioned on that are: 1, it's where the students are. 2, the campus is a focal point of your ministry. 3, spiritual movements grow more quickly on a campus. 4, it's a gold mine of relationships. 5, there aren't enough adults going there.
It's amazing. I love this conversation, and I want to challenge our audience today to one question. When was the last time you stepped on a campus where students were? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Hey, we want to recommend a few resources to you. In our Go to the Campus podcast, we have one that's called 3 Lightning Fast Ways to Get on Campus. And I think you'd want to check that out too. We also have the launch box. We've mentioned that before, but that is a resource where anyone can pick it up. They can thumb through, they can find where they are at that point, and it can direct you step by step on how to open a high school or middle school campus for Christ.
Yes, and the thing to remember about high school ministry is just baby steps. Take the next baby step. So maybe watch that other video, check out the launch box, consider how you could be used by God on a high school near you. So if you like what we're talking about, and I tell you, we love what we talk about on this show. We would love to invite you to subscribe and share our channel and help us make more of a difference through this show. So this is Mark.
And Kevin.
And this is Go to the Campus with Cru. And so remember, when in doubt,
go to the campus.